Hey, Shalom, Shalom, call out, Yahabashim, Yahshabashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect men, women, and children that believe of the 1/3. Man, the Lord is heavy, the Lord is bad, man. Yahabashim, Yahushai is bad, he's bad, he's a bad, they some bad dudes. They some bad dudes. Man, it's the Day of Atonement closing out. It was crazy, quick testimony. You know, doing some Uber and Lyft. I picked this lady up yesterday before the atonement came in. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab me something to eat before the atonement came in. So I was like, I'm going to finish up a couple more rides and I'm going to close it out, put some prayers up, whatever. This lady, out of nowhere, she was a passenger, but she like, hey, I'm going to get something to eat. Like, if it was not too far where I got it from. She's like, it's like 3 streets away. You mind if you take me? A lot of shit, I don't mind. It's like, whatever. So she like, I'm going to get you something. So I'm like, all right, you know. At first I was kind of, you know, sometimes you'd be like, nah, it's okay, you know, but she kind of like insisted. And sometimes it's rude to tell people no. You just got to let them help you, because someone, especially if, you know, she felt like I did her a favor by stopping there. So sometimes when somebody want to help you, just let them help you, you know. By you saying no could be like very rude and disrespectful. So just take it, let them help you. Even if you don't eat it, give it to somebody else. You know, they feel good that they was able to help you. Now, I know I'm a servant of the Lord in the spirit. You know, I've been around for a while. You know. But nobody knows this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows this. So unless it's just something about you that they're like, I want to help this guy. And I don't need no help. I could buy my own food. You know what I'm saying? But like, she went in there and bought like the works for me. She spent like $50 on, because food is pricey. Close that out. So food is pricey, right? So she spent about like $50 on me, because she got me dessert, all that shit. So I done like, man, I'm like, man, what the hell I'm gonna do with all this food? I tried to put it down. I got this apple pie left. She bought me 2 desserts. And she like, get whatever you want. She came in there like fucking like King David or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. So, you know, I went back, ate it. So I'm just pondering, you know, we spiritual men, like when unordinary things happen, you, whether good or so-called bad, you really gotta like really, really look into the meaning of it, because this stuff don't happen all the time. And sometimes the Lord be trying to get your attention or tell you certain things or build up your confidence or your faith levels. Then today, just now, I got it right here. Atonement ain't closed out yet. Dropping this guy off. He like, how's your day going? I'm like, you know, typical day, you know, whatever. I'm like, man, I'm just a little hungry. I ain't telling him I'm fasting, you know, that I don't disclose all of that. So I'm like, yeah, just a little hungry, just waiting for a couple more. Really, I'm waiting till like 7:30, 7:40 so I can eat. So I'm like, yeah, man. So he like, man, where you want to go? I'm like, what? I'm like, well, he said, what you eating? So I'm like, I got this spot over here, blah, blah, blah. He like, man, he was like, forget that. in so many words, he like, you know, I'm going to take you wherever you want to go to buy you something to eat. So I'm like, So he like, anywhere you want to go. So I'm like, God damn, like, who the fuck is this guy? First it was a woman, but it's probably not like who is him. Could be an angel, but it's like who am I too, right? So, and not to get too big-headed with that, but it's like, because sometimes people could feel energies, just, you know, the spirit on you, that like, yo, this dude's a man of the Lord. I'm about to help him. Like, you know, I don't know this guy from a fucking can of paint. So he like, man, whatever you want. Now the lady really looked out, but he had the same spirit, like, yo, whatever you, because it's this spot called Blue Caribbean spot out here, because I dropped them off on the west side. So I'm like, man, it's this Jamaican spot I go to, but man, they kind of high and shit. He like, man, he was like, I ain't tell you all of that. He said, listen, you need to eat. I'm gonna buy you something to eat. Forget what it costs. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, we went there. They ain't had the oxtails I wanted. I'm a sucker for oxtails, if y'all don't know. So I just got me some curry chicken. I got the small. They said, you want large or small? I'm like, just give me the small. You know, I was humble. I really wanted the large, but you gotta be humble, man. You gotta be humble, you know. So I was like, man, you know what? Just give me the small. You know, I wanted to drink, but you know, they make their little own drinks in there and shit. Fruit, ginger, and all that shit. So when they like 20 minutes, so I'm like, you know what? But the Uber's still running, so I'm like, yo, I'm going to take you back home. You live 5 minutes away, and I'm going to come back. And that shit wasn't even ready when I came back. So I told him thank you or whatever, and he was cool. He was talking his Trump shit. He hate Trump or whatever, but he was cool, though. So, but, like, moral of the story is, yo, the Lord... you know, the Lord said he got, 7,000 men that haven't bowed down to Baal. So, like, you know, I'm in Baltimore. I don't know nobody. A couple brothers out here. But, you know, it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, the Lord can let you know, like, listen, even though, or you could be coming into a time where you could feel alone or by yourself. Where the Lord could be like, look, remember the lady? Remember the guy? You know, I had just like buy you some food when you was hungry. You had your own money, but still, I'm showing you like I got you type shit. So you could be in whatever land in these last days. And sometimes the Lord do these things. And I got a pretty good memory. I remember like, I wouldn't say photographic, but my memory is pretty good. And the Lord could have it where, you know, in the future, like, tough times coming, or I'm feeling down in the spirit, the Lord like, yo, you know, I got you. You know what I mean? You don't have to jump the gun. You don't have to skip town, go back to Jersey, or do whatever. He's like, yo, just stay put. I got people, I got fucking faces around that you don't know, that they'll just take a glance at you and be your servant. And that's a good feeling, right? You know, and you can't get too big-headed with that. But, hey, just like with David, you know, when he had the encounter with the bear for the sheep and all of that, before he encountered Goliath, you know, so that was a faith booster for the help David, you know, take on the task of taking down Goliath, you know, which was a beautiful thing. So, hey, man, and you know what's heavy is the Day of Atonement. So, you know, before the atonement, you know, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get me something to eat. she showed up. Not showed up, they both was like riders, but then he kind of popped up. And bought me something. And, I could have had like pride. I'm just like, you know what? So, and it's the atonement, so it's like really spiritual. So I'm like, damn, that's, I'm flabbergasted, And the Lord, my walk in the truth, I seen the Lord do things like this all the time with other brothers, and it's not especially, but I'm just saying especially me, just being myself and just seeing things that other people was around that I didn't tell people. I told people bear witness to, or some things I kept to myself. But man, the Lord is bad. He's a bad dude, man. It's when you don't want to be on the Lord's bad side, you know what I mean? Because he can have like, the opposite of that happen. And you're just like, fuck. You know what I mean? So, but that's a good sign, man. Especially the Day of Atonement coming in and closing out. Hey, man, that was beautiful, man. I'm kind of like, kind of touched by that. So I'm gonna put up some prayers. Close it out. Gobble this down. And y'all brothers and sisters, the 1/3 hopeful elect, man. 144, y'all stay up out there. Next Holy Day, Feast of Tabernacle. That's one of the 3 that's a must keep. So I'm going to be in Baltimore for that. Keep it real simple. Not going back up top. The jersey to do it up big, how brothers normally do it. But as long as brothers keep it and acknowledge it, that's Tawab. And y'all brothers hold it down. I'm out of here. Shalom. Shalom.